Hello and a warm welcome to South Asia Today, where we bring you in-depth insights into the key events shaping South Asia. I'm Shivangi Mishra, and are today's top stories. India builds affordable bionic arms for the world. Iran crisis disrupts Sri Lanka's tea exports, deepening pressure on industry and workers. And POGB's Gizeh district struggles amid severe road connectivity crisis. Let's begin the show. A single accident can change a person's life forever. For millions of differently abled people, this is a daily reality. But now, technology is changing lives. In India's Hyderabad city, a company is building affordable bionic arms that are helping people regain not just movement but also confidence, dignity, and independence.
Meet 24-year-old Vamsi from Hyderabad. A few years ago, a tragic accident changed his life forever, costing him one of his hands. But today, Vamsi is living life with renewed confidence and independence. With the help of a bionic arm, he can now handle everyday tasks with ease, from working in the office to managing daily life on his own. What makes his journey even more inspiring is that he now works with the very company that helped him rebuild his life and confidence.
నేను 2017లో ఎలక్ట్రిక్ షో వల్ల కోల్పోయాను. అన్ని కోల్పోయిన తర్వాత నేను కలాం బయానిక్ అండ్ చూజ్ చేసుకున్నాను. అండ్ 2.5 ఇయర్స్గా యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాను. అండ్తో డైలీ యాక్టివిటీస్ అన్నీ చేయగలుగుతున్నాను. డైలీ మార్నింగ్ ఆఫీస్ టైం టైపింగ్, రైటింగ్, హోమ్ వెజిటేబుల్ కటింగ్, బైక్ డ్రైవింగ్, ఎనీథింగ్.
The mission of restoring confidence and independence to people like Vamsi is being led by Makers Hive in Hyderabad's high-tech city, a place where technology is not just created but lives are transformed. Behind this initiative is Pranav Vempati, inspired by the vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and MS Swaminathan. That inspiration led to the creation of Kalam, a bionic arm that is more than just a machine. It is a symbol of hope, independence, and a new beginning.
Dr. Swaminathan made me realize that countries like India, they depend on 4 pillars. One is agriculture, the second is health, the third is education, and the fourth is defense. If the youth of this country can take up one problem statement in any of these domains and focus all their efforts into building a solution, he said that's how the country can progress. So I took inspiration from this, and finally, after 6 years of research, we built Kalam, which is India's first and one of the world's most affordable fully functional bionic hands.
Kalam is an affordable, lightweight and 3D printed myoelectric bionic arm designed to be customized for each user's unique needs. With 18 different grip patterns, it makes everyday tasks from holding objects to writing far easier and more natural. What truly sets Kalam apart is its affordability. While similar bionic arms in abroad can cost between $35,000 to $47,000, Kalam is available in India for less than $6,000. That's why people from around the world are now looking to India not just for technology but for hope and accessibility.
And I'm looking for prosthesis arm like this one, called arm in Europe. There is still okay, but the price is expensive and the quality, I don't know. But here, the quality is good and the price is good. And I do like everything with my hand, with the new hand.
At Makers Hive, every bionic arm passes through multiple stages, from design and 3D printing to assembly and rigorous quality testing. At every step, the focus is simple: to create a prosthetic hand that is durable, reliable, and life-changing. This is not just a factory building machines, it's a place where people reclaim their independence, confidence, and the freedom they once thought they had lost.
तो हम इधर मैकेनिकल असेंबली होता है ये वर्क स्टेशन के पास, हर एक फिंगर मॉड्यूलर रहता है डिज़ाइन पूरा, एंड ये पूरा फुल्ली मेड इन इंडिया है, पूरा डिज़ाइन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग असेंबली सब इधर ही होता है।
ओके, और यहीं पर होता है?
यहीं पर होता है।
ठीक है।
ओके, और इधर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स असेंबली होता है। अभी बहुत कम कंपनीज है जो इंडिया में डिज़ाइन करके इधर मैन्युफैक्चर करते हैं। ये डिवाइस का जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स भी है इधर ही मैन्युफैक्चर होता है। तो इधर टेस्टिंग होता है जो असेंबली करते हैं वो डिवाइस का, और हर एक जो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स है मैकेनिकल है वो सब जिग्स में, ऑटोमेटेड जिग्स में टेस्टिंग होता है। ये आप देख सकते हो एक डिवाइस है जिसका अभी फीचर्स चेक कर रहे हैं, डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ ग्रिप्स, मतलब फिंगर मूवमेंट्स कैसा होता है उसका टेस्टिंग चल रहा है यहाँ पे।
From restoring movement to rebuilding confidence, Hyderabad's Banekam innovation is proving that technology is not just changing machines, it is changing lives, giving thousands a new sense of hope and independence.
Sri Lanka's tea sector, one of the backbone industries of the nation's export economy and a major source of rural employment, is coming under fresh strain amid disruptions caused by the Iran crisis in key Middle Eastern markets. Tea exports have declined significantly, while demand from important buyers such as Iran has nearly come to a standstill. Producers are also facing falling prices, shipping and logistics challenges, and lower orders from Gulf countries. The crisis is now affecting everyone from tea auction markets to plantation workers, sparking concerns over jobs, incomes, and the stability of Sri Lanka's export trade. Take a look. Escalating tensions linked to the Iran crisis are sending shockwaves through global trade routes. And one of the unexpected casualties is Sri Lanka's world-famous tea industry. The island nation, which depends heavily on tea exports as a major foreign exchange earner, has seen shipments fall sharply, down 17.3% year-on-year in March to around 114.75 million US dollars. Middle Eastern countries, which account for nearly half of Sri Lanka's Ceylon tea exports, have become a major point of concern for exporters. Iran, one of the key buyers of Sri Lankan tea, has seen demand effectively come to a halt since late February. The disruption has not only affected sale volumes but also pushed down prices at local tea auctions.
28th of February is when it happened. So the following auction, there was a drop in tea prices, which would have been, like about 20% drop in the prices, as well as there were about 20% teas which was not sold at the auction. So that's how it started. Since then, things have changed. There has been more demand. I wouldn't say it's from Iran. Iran is fully stocked, but there is other markets which has bought our teas, and gradually we see week in, week out improvement for the demand at the auctions.
While exporters say some demand has returned from alternative markets, the broader picture remains uneven. According to Sri Lanka's Export Development Board, exports to Iraq have fallen by 38%, while shipments to the United Arab Emirates have plunged by as much as 93%. Industry leaders say the shock is being felt beyond trade figures, extending into logistics, supply chains, and hospitality demand across the Gulf region, traditionally a strong market for premium Ceylon tea.
We have seen a challenge in terms of logistics, supply chain, both raw materials and in terms of our export logistics. So while there is no change in consumption patterns, certainly in the Gulf, the hospitality is affected. Dubai, Saudi and so on, significant markets for premium hospitality, all affected by the ongoing crisis. That is probably the significant effect.
Our challenge is more of getting the exports out because of the freight rate increases, which has been phenomenal. So those are the challenges, and some shipping lines not able to take cargo. So that has resulted in about 10 to 15% drop in exports during March.
Behind the trade figures, the pressures being felt most acutely in Sri Lanka's central highlands, where tea estates employ more than 2 million people directly and indirectly. For many plantation workers and their families, tea is not just an export commodity, it is the backbone of household income. Reduced demand and falling prices mean fewer working days, tighter wages, and growing uncertainty in communities already struggling with rising living costs. Now we take a look at some happenings in Asia in our segment called Asia Watch.
Iraq's wheat output for the 2025 to 2026 season is expected to reach up to 5 million metric tons, keeping the country on track for self-sufficiency. Mahdi Sahar Al-Jubouri said production was forecast at 5 million tons after around 8 million dunams of farmland were cultivated nationwide. Much of the crop relied on rainfall and well water rather than river irrigation, reflecting favorable weather conditions during the growing season, a key boost to yields despite persistent water scarcity. The Water Resources Ministry said strategic reserves rose by about 6 billion cubic meters this year, giving authorities more flexibility to manage summer demand. Iraq has long sought to boost domestic wheat production to cut imports and bolster food security. Improved rainfall has also lifted reservoir levels after years of drought and declining river flows. Despite the strong outlook, Iraq has cut the price it pays farmers for wheat to 700,000 dinars, $535 per ton from 850,000 dinars last season. Sri Lanka's central bank stunned markets by raising its policy rate by an outsized 100 basis points, the biggest hike in 3 years, and signaled more tightening as surging energy costs whip up inflation and batter its currency. Economic growth in the South Asian nation, only just recovering from a devastating 2022 financial crisis that left businesses and households deeply scarred, is expected to take a hit from the turmoil in the Middle East. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka, CBSL, raised the overnight policy rate to 8.75% from 7.75%, blaming higher inflation and a depreciating rupee due to the US-Israeli war with Iran. 7 out of a dozen economists and analysts polled by Reuters had forecast only a 25 basis point or slightly higher change to the rate, citing the deepening impact on foreign reserves from the conflict and the rupee currency's 8.7% tumble since early March. The foreign ministers of the Quad launched a Ports of the Future partnership this week, Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong said, following a meeting of the top diplomats of Australia, India, Japan, and the US. The meeting between the country's top diplomats, Wong, India's Jaishankar, Japan's Toshimitsu Motegi, and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, is the third such gathering since September 2024. The Quad meeting comes as the US and Iran have circled around a possible deal to end their 3-month conflict and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The countries share concerns about China's growing power, and Rubio, who arrived in India on Saturday for a 4-day visit aimed at shoring up relations with New Delhi, has stressed the importance of maintaining a free and open Indo-Pacific.
People in the upper areas of Gizeh district in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan are battling a deepening crisis as raging water flow has washed away key access roads, leaving entire regions cut off and thousands struggling for movement and basic connectivity. With passengers stranded and villages isolated, angry residents have accused authorities of negligence and demanded immediate restoration of the damaged routes. A report.
Residents in the upper areas of Gezer district in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan say authorities failed to undertake proper restoration work even after last year's floods damaged key roads. Locals allege that only temporary arrangements were made, which have now collapsed again due to strong water flow, cutting off connectivity and leaving thousands stranded amid growing hardship and uncertainty.
अभी भी सूरत हाल कुछ यूँ है कि मुतासरीन बेयार और मददगार खुले आसमान तले ज़िंदगी गुजारने पर मजबूर हैं। जैसा कि बुबुर में बनाया गया था उस तरह की एक मॉडल विलेज की उन लोगों को भी ज़रूरत थी, लेकिन बदकिस्मती से वो तो नहीं बन सकी। लेकिन कुछ निजी एनजीओज़ की जानिब से एक 32 के करीब घरानों को वहाँ के जो दास है उसमें एक बस्ती बनाई गई है, लेकिन वहाँ पर भी सहूलियात का फुकदान है। सड़क नहीं है लोगों को वहाँ तक पहुँचने के लिए, पीने का साफ पानी नहीं है और बिजली की फराहमी वहाँ पर प्रॉपर नहीं है। इसकी वजह से वो मुतासरीन जो है वो सख्त मुश्किलात में है। दूसरी जानिब सड़क बंद है, झील की सतह बुलंद होने की वजह से उससे भी पूरे यासीन तहसील है, इसके अलावा फंड है, वहाँ के लोग सख्त मुश्किलात में है।
With roads blocked and connectivity disrupted, people in the upper areas of Gezer district say they are facing immense hardship in their daily lives. Travelers are stranded, access to essential supplies has become difficult, and residents claim they are repeatedly forced to protest even for basic facilities and services. The situation has once again exposed the struggles faced by remote communities in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan.
कल मैं जो बलाई इलाका है अपर गजर, वहाँ के गाँव आखिर जो गाँव है बारसत, जो शंदूर के साथ बिल्कुल मुल्हिका गाँव है और गिलगित-बल्तिस्तान का आखिरी गाँव है वो इस हल्के का, इस ज़िले का। तो वहाँ हम कैंपेन के सिलसिले में गए थे, तो हम पर मुश्किल यहाँ से गुजर के गए। ये जो तालीदास के मकाम है वहाँ पिछले साल सैलाब आकर रोड बिल्कुल डैमेज हुआ था, अर्जी तौर पर रोड बनाया गया था। उससे आगे हर किसके मुकाम पर फिर दरिया रोड पे आ चुका है। तो 2-3 जगहों में रोड बिल्कुल दरिया की जिद में है। इस वक्त दरिया बहाव ज़्यादा होकर ऊपर आ जाती है, गाड़ियों छोटी गाड़ियाँ तो बिल्कुल नहीं गुजरती है। हज़ारों की तादाद में आकर वहाँ डेली बेस पे फंसते हैं और वहाँ के अवाम ने उस मकाम पर जो मकामी आबादी है उन्होंने एहतजाज किया था, जिनकी फसलें बुरी तरह मुतासर हो चुके हैं और वो दरिया का रुख ठीक ने घरों की तरफ दोबारा हो चुका है। वही मंजर है जो सैलाब का मंजर था। इस वक्त भी 1 साल का अरसा गुजर गया, सर्दियों पे उस पर काम करना था, लेकिन उस पर किसी ने तवज्जो नहीं दी।
The situation has once again highlighted the broader hardships faced by people in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan, where poor infrastructure, weak healthcare facilities, and lack of timely development continue to affect daily life. Residents in remote areas say even basic connectivity and emergency access remain a challenge, forcing communities to struggle through recurring crises with limited administrative support and inadequate public facilities.
A new chapter of development is unfolding in Rajouri as the major Siot to Kalakot Road project under Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana nears completion. The 22-kilometer double-lane road, one of the biggest PMGSY projects in the district, is set to improve connectivity, ease travel, and boost economic opportunities, bringing huge relief and happiness to local residents across the region.
A significant milestone in infrastructure development is being achieved in Jammu and Kashmir as the Siot to Kalakot Road project in Rajouri district approaches completion under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Spanning 22 kilometers, the double-lane road is among the largest PMGSY projects in the district. Nearly 11 kilometers of the road have already been completed. Once completed, the project is expected to substantially enhance regional connectivity, facilitate smoother transportation, and accelerate socio-economic development in the area.
ये हमारी रोड है कालाकोट टू सीओट रोड। ये PMGSY डिवीज़न रजौरी में आती है। ये हमारा कंस्ट्रक्शन कॉस्ट थी इस प्रोजेक्ट की 2690 की, यानी 26 करोड़ 90 लाख की। ये प्रोजेक्ट में हमारे 2 ब्रिजेस आते हैं मेजर, एक सोलकी में और एक मांझीदड़ा में। इस टाइम जो मेजर प्रोजेक्ट चल रहा है PMGSY का वो यही है, सीओट कालाकोट रोड। इसमें आपको बिज़नेस से भी बहुत फ़ायदा होगा, बिज़नेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी, क्योंकि पहले यहाँ पे लोग ट्रैवल करना या दुकानें कुछ चल नहीं रहा था यहाँ पे। अब आपको दुकानों में भी काम अच्छा चलेगा, बाकी हर एक चीज़ में बिजनेस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से अच्छा रहेगा।
Decades-old demands are finally turning into reality in Rajouri district as the Siot to Kalakot Road project brings a new wave of development to the region. The road will connect key areas including Kalakot, Tiriyat, Khawas, Mogla and several adjoining panchayats, while also providing a shorter alternative route to Jammu. Residents say the project fulfills a demand pending for nearly 70 years, replacing a severely damaged road that once made travel difficult and unsafe, with modern infrastructure that promises better connectivity and economic growth.
गवर्नमेंट का बड़ा धन्यवाद जो ये रोड बनवाई, कम से कम हमें आने जाने की सुविधा होगी। जो 1 घंटा 2 घंटे में हम कालाकोट से सुंदरवानी पहुंचते थे, जो वो सफ़र है आधे घंटे में हमारा कंप्लीट हो जाएगा। काफ़ी लिंक रोड निकलते हैं यहीं से, देखो मोगला का रोड है, त्रेड़ू का है और एक गर्न वगैरह, चन्नी प्राट, बीच में से ब्रेवी वगैरह, काबू कोट, ये काफ़ी जैसे रोड हैं जो इसको लिंक करती हैं। तो इसका बड़ा बेनिफिट है, काफ़ी पब्लिक की डिमांड थी।
A remarkable transformation is taking place in Rajouri district as the ambitious Siot to Kalakot Road project under PMGSY brings new hopes of progress and prosperity to the region. Built at an estimated cost of Rs 26.90 crore, the project includes 2 major bridges and promises to boost transportation, tourism, and local businesses. Residents have expressed immense happiness over the quality and pace of work, appreciating the dedication of PMGSY officials and workers. Once completed, the road will provide faster and direct connectivity between Kalakot, Rajouri and Jammu, significantly improving the lives of thousands of people.
बहुत खुशी की बात है, काफ़ी समय से ये डिमांड थी। जो कालाकोट का जो हमारा क्षेत्र था, जो ये रजौरी पुंछ जो राजमार्ग से कटा हुआ था, यहाँ से अगर हमें जाना होता था तो रजौरी से घूम के जो है कालाकोट जाते थे, बीच का रास्ता नहीं अपनाते थे, क्योंकि ये पिछले 70 सालों से जो ये हमारे लोगों की डिमांड थी। और हमारे नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने जो PMGSY के तहत यहाँ पर जो रोड आई है, और मैं शुक्रिया अदा करूँगा हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी हैं, जिन्होंने इतनी बड़ी सौगात हमारे कालाकोट के निवासियों को दी है। पिछले 70 सालों से जो हमारी डिमांड थी वो पूरी की है।
The Siot to Kalakot Road project stands as a strong symbol of the rapid infrastructure transformation taking place across Jammu and Kashmir. With improved connectivity, modern road networks, and enhanced access to remote regions, such projects are not only easing the daily lives of residents but also creating new opportunities for tourism, trade, education, and economic growth. The project reflects the government's continued focus on strengthening rural infrastructure and ensuring balanced development, paving the way for a more connected, prosperous and progressive Jammu and Kashmir.
As we wrap up today's episode of South Asia Today, we thank you for joining us. We'll return next week at the same time with more insights and updates. This is Shivangi Mishra signing off on behalf of our entire team. Until then, stay safe and